Oh, it's lit. We prime time. Subscribe, like, and share. Give us your feedback. Yo, I'm Manny at the plate and Kobe off a steal. Gretzky for the goal and Brady at the wheel. I'm a game changer, the Osaka of the tennis. And breaking scoreboards, Simone of the Olympics. Defense and big business, the Mayweather who way better. From the greatness of Jim Brown, I've been down. Talking sports before I was off the porch. Screaming Bo knows while Jordan was playing horse. Late 80s getting torched by the drive and the shot. 2016 got a ring off the three in the block. They eased to forgot the cardiac kids. Price and Doherty, Bell in the Indian years. This who it is. Your host DeeTrynt, yo, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer. Yo, your host DeeTrynt, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer. DeeTrynt, game changer sports talk, industry sports. All right, what's really good? Setting the tone today. Now we talk about these Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, that time is among us. We done speculated all off season. Trades been going down. There's still rumors going around, but now we're on the brink. It ain't about all the speculations no more. It's not about what could, what might. It's about what's going on. Right now, what's going on is the Browns coming in. The Cavs. The Cavs. What's going on is the Cavs coming into this season looking like they might could make some real noise. Now, I'm not saying, that they're title contenders and nothing like that. What I am saying, though, is they have a chance. They have a real chance. I mean, the last 3 years, they've won 22 games. All right. This has to be the year they hit the 30-game mark. How feasible is it for them to hit the 30-game mark? All right. Will Colin Sexton emerge as a top scorer for a contending team? Will Evan Mobley be able to play a whole rookie season and evolve the way we think he will? How's the addition of Lauri Markkanen play well with Kevin Love not wanting to be bought out? What type of impact will Ricky Rubio have on Saxton and Garland? And Garland is predicted to have a pretty good breakout season. What's going on with Isaac Okoro and Chetty Osman? How many more minutes will Lamar Stevens earn? What will this team look like under a third-year orchestration by J.B. Bickerstaff? Is Kobe Altman on the hot seat or should be? These are, and setting the tone right now, we just highlighting everything or a lot of the things that will probably come up or be of talk when this training camp and preseason gets underway. Cavs' first preseason game is against the Chicago Bulls at the United Center, actually, in Chicago. The Bulls will be a contending team this year. They should be in the East, even in the West. They have a pretty loaded roster. So out the gate, this young Cavs team will be able to see what they have. So who we talking about? We talking about Coach J.B. Bickerstaff. All right. How will you deploy this team? What is the thought process? What are you looking to get out of here? This is what I see. The whole thought from the jump was Colin Sexton and Darius Garland leading the team from the backcourt, right? And they're going to build the front court around the backcourt. I don't know if anybody really understood that, I think most of us did. A lot of us did. Some of us did. But that was the whole mindset. So far, I feel like he's followed through. Biggerstaff and Altman. You know, Darius Garland and Colin Sexton could easily give you 50 a night. 50 and over 10 assists from your backcourt. You could possibly get 50 and 15 assists from these two guards. All right, I don't want to hear about this small guard nonsense everybody trying to run like it ain't other teams that ran with small guards. We're playing positionless basketball. I don't want to keep hearing about the small guard effect. What I do want to hear about is the utilization effect. And how is that going to translate to wins on the court? All right. The team that the Cavs put out last year challenged teams. They weren't just blown out in games. They ended up blown out in a lot of games. But that's not how the game played for 3 quarters. And what that tells you is that if you can contend for 3 quarters and can't finish in the fourth, either you don't have players that can finish in the fourth or you don't have enough firepower to be able to finish in the fourth in the first place. Because, I mean, the first 3 quarters are important, but, you know, the fourth quarter is the closeout. And how you finish is all what's remembered. All right? You know, how you got there just adds to the story. So, what will JB Bickerstaff do? These are my thoughts. All right? I've said out some things before. I've had time to think, look at the team, and see what could and might happen. 2 things. It's one thing, but it's 2 players. The health of Dylan Windler and Kevin Love. All right? Kevin Love's playing. Windler's playing. I'm not doing all them narratives about, oh, this ain't going to play, that ain't going to play. Everybody's healthy. This is what I'm running with. Everybody's healthy. All right? And for the most part, everybody's healthy. From the reports. All right? They show video of Kevin Love training, Windler training, Sexton, Garland, Mobley training, Allen training. So everybody working. They met up together at the summer league. You know, when Mobley was playing and the Core was playing and Stevens. So they building continuity. They kicking it with each other outside the court. You know, what will JB Bickerstaff do? All right, but as I was saying, they couldn't finish in the fourth. So the starting lineup. Now, I was convinced at first it was Mobley. Then we got marketing. I was kind of convinced it was marketing. And then I thought about Cleveland. So I'm going to go with what I would do, which is what I kind of think Coach Bickerstaff would do. And in order to get a young big man adapted to the league effectively, you want to have a guard that can really play. Somebody, I'll let both my smokes go out. Look, you know, somebody who can really facilitate, you know, get your big man easy looks, help him get in rhythm of the game. You know, he going to play defense and then get easy looks on the offensive end, get him in a rhythm, all right? And for the Cavs having Ricky Rubio coming off the bench, I think it's just ideal
to have Mobley come off the bench with Rubio. Because you can deploy Rubio and move Garland to the 2, or deploy Rubio and still let Saxon play the 2. And that still works for you. The guard behind them, knowing them 3 going to play good minutes, scenarios where people going to try to get them in foul trouble, that's the question mark for me. Who plays the 4th guard, lead guard, the 4th facilitator? That's a question that has to be answered. Hold on. As far as the big man rotation go, I'm at the final conclusion Lauri Markkanen is going to start. And I'm going to get into why I think he's going to start. But the rotation of Allen, Markkanen, and Mobley is going to be nice. It's going to be if who can stay healthy and how much or how available is Kevin Love. Because if Kevin Love is playing and he's effective, even if he's only playing 20 to 25 minutes a night or every other night, that makes that front court, that big man rotation look a lot better. And it looks good because you literally have 2 guys who can legitimately stretch the floor, and you have 2 big guys who can legitimately hold down the paint. So if you get one in foul trouble, you can rotate the other one in. This is another reason why I believe Mobley's going to come off the bench, and he should, at the center position. Don't get me wrong, you could deploy him at the 4, but long-term wise, he's going to be a center. But right now, so you want to get him established as a center. He's going to play behind Jarrett Allen. He's going to go against him in practice. He's going to go against Lauri Markkanen and do all that. And, get his shooting up. And that competition, playing against 2 other shooters and Kevin Love, and Lauri Markkanen is really going to up his stature. Isaac Okoro is going to start at 3. All right. So my starting lineup, Darius Garland at the point, Colin Sexton at the 2, Isaac Okoro at the 3, Lauri Markkanen at the 4, and Jarrett Allen at the 5. Lauri Markkanen is going to play the 4 because Lauri Markkanen is a 7-foot dude who can shoot. And you have 2 guards who are 6'2". You got a big man who can control the paint, so having a 7-foot shooter just opens it up. Now, Okoro can really run the lanes. Now, Sexton actually can get more assists because people will actually finish the play when he passes it to him. Lauri Markkanen can not only shoot, but he can drive. He can move his feet. He's motivated. He's still young. Until you're paying him. I have no doubts Colin Sexton is going to get paid, so I'm not worried about it. But if I didn't, say something or wasn't clear about my one thing, but 2 things is the health of Kevin Love, as I was just saying with the big man rotation, and the health of Dylan Windler as I get into this small forward wingman rotation. Lamar Stevens, I like him as a player. I thought he came on along very strong, and I think he's coming along very strong. I thought he played very well in the summer league, and he showed signs of growth. He's only like 24, 25. He was a leading scorer for his team in college, leading rebounder, can handle. He got an evolving game. Not too much different than Isaac Okoro, just not as great of a defender, but he can defend at a very good, pretty high level. So I know Okoro is going to play. I know Chetty's going to play. If Windler is available and he's playing and contributing, where does that leave Stevens? I think that still leaves him with minutes because, as I said, the Cavs need a fourth facilitator. I am of the mind state that it should be Cedi Osman. That way, if you use Cedi as a fourth facilitator, that way, bringing in, Windler, because he healthy and contributing, bringing in the Stevens doesn't affect you, and it only adds to the flexibility of your team. Everybody's virtually playing positionless basketball. If a person goes big, the Cavs can go big. If a person goes small, the Cavs can go small, especially if Love is playing. If a team goes fast, the Cavs can go fast. If the team goes slow down the offense and play half court, the Cavs literally have the personnel to actually do everything effective. So it's going to be about what? Can Colin Sexton be a 30-point-a-game scorer? Bottom line. First year, 16. Second year, 20. Third year, 24, almost 25. Virtually 25. Can he be a 30-point game scorer? 28, 29-point-a-game scorer. But I'm just going to say 30. All right? Can Darius Garland average 20 and 10? 20 points, 10 assists. All right? Can Okoro jump from a 9-point-a-game scorer to a plus 15 point-a-game scorer? If he does that, right, you pretty much know Jared Allen in the full season will give you about 15 and 15. So if Colin giving you 30, Garland giving you 20, that's 50. If Okoro giving you 15 on a night-to-night basis, at least 15, and Allen giving you at least 15 because there's the ability to be able to clean up shots and boards and all that, and still be able to hit from the free throw line at a high rate. Bro, that's like 80 points. I didn't even add Lauri Markkanen yet. And his best season, which he's like 2 seasons removed from, at a young age, he's only 19 then. Lauri Markkanen averaged 18, almost 19 points a game. So that's 100 points just from your starting offense. I mean, your starting 5. Each one can pass. Okoro can defend. Allen can defend. So you got a perimeter guy that you can put out there that can defend at a high level and a paint guy who can defend at a high level. All right? Then Markkanen can pretty much play some backup defense. And Saxon and Garland going to do what they do. So that's pretty cool. When you got that, you can say, okay, I can run with that. So who's coming behind them? Now you can bring in a Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio going to run the fuck out your offense. He going to run the fuck out your team. Just period. A healthy Kevin Love is a plus. A hungry Kevin Love looking to get traded is a plus. Especially if he just played a whole season here, contribute at a high level. You know what I'm saying? And just pick up some trade value at the end of the year with 1 year left on his deal with about $29 million. Now we talking about something. I mean, that's ideal and realistic. You know what I'm saying? Until he owed the organization at least 1 good year, a good contributor, and that turned into something. Just for how he done played it and how he done benefited. He owes at least 1. The Cavs can't totally come out of the deal with nothing. And if they can come out of the deal with something, why wouldn't you want them to do that? Anybody who's not considered that, that's crazy. So then you got, but if Love is playing, I mean, Love, even in 20 minutes, bro, if you ask him to just come in and score and rebound, Love could still give you like 15 and 10. Love might even give you 20 in 25 minutes, bro. As the vocal point of offense, coming off the bench, Love, just come in and get buckets. We're going to run the whole second unit through you while you get your game back in order. That's ideal. Just say he do that and the Cavs do make it to the play-in and make it to the first round. and he come back and play again and play his contract out. That's a plus for the Cavs. You know how many $30 million a year guys sit on the bench of teams that's contending and just help the young guys get better? You know what I'm saying? For once, the Cavs actually have a young core that's talented with talented, proven veterans that can help. Now, they don't have a lot of what you would call talented veteran leadership at the wings. You got it with Rubio and you got it with Love, essentially. All right. But what about the wing? All right. So this is where, just side note, I can understand. I've said previously, I can understand the desire to want to trade for Ben Simmons because ultimately, with that starting lineup, if you insert Ben Simmons and can bring a core off the bench, bro, you got a mean ass squad. You know what I'm saying? Even if Love part of the package and there's a bunch of first round picks, I just wouldn't give up next year's pick. You can't have next year's pick. You can have the picks after that. You can't just outright have next year's pick. We can pick swap the first 2 years. We can pick swap this year. We can pick swap next year. And then down the line, you can get a couple of those picks. You can't just outright have my pick, though. Nope. And even those picks down the line come with protections. The only ones that probably won't come with protections is the last two. Because I can figure with the Cavs, he's going to try to swindle 5. But I think he's getting 4. And he can get one that's just top 10 protected, the other 2 pick swaps, and he can get 1 outright. You know what I'm saying? And I might even give him leeway to pick one of the years that's not next year to either pick, swap, or go unprotected versus just taking the pick unprotected last. You know what I'm saying? On some shit like that. You feel me? You can't just have our habit. We can swap, though. If I got a top pick and you got a low pick, we can swap that out. I won't blame you for that. It's the same difference. You feel me? But end up with 2 picks and me nothing, the Cavs can't afford that. So if they don't get Ben Simmons, I'm not mad either. Because Okoro is going to do exactly what they would wanted to trade Ben Simmons for. That's why I don't really want him. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? He can go to the West Coast, you know. But so they don't have a lot of veteran leadership at this wing position for the Cavs. You know, Chetty Osman is a guy who really needs to excel this year, man. He really needs to up his game and really show like he ready to be a leader and a main contributor, bro. You've been playing in the league for like 6 years, 7 years, bro. You should be at least Rudy Fernandez by now. Like, come on, bro. You can shoot, you can handle, you can facilitate. You know what I'm saying? You're going to play at least some type of help defense. All right? So, what's up? Can we get something? You know what I mean? That wing position, though, that's really what's going to be the biggest question about the team. How much evolution does Isaac Okoro go through? You know, will Chetty Osman be a consistent impact player this year? Will Dylan Willer stay healthy all year? And how much does Lamar Stevens evolve with his opportunities he'll get with, you know, having to be there to a substitute for Okoro on top of, you know, if Love or Windler, you know, not playing, then he's virtually going to be able to soak up some of those minutes along with Dean Wade. You know, and he'll do that, you know, they'll do that because, you know, and in that trade, though, you got to understand, if the Cavs, I keep saying the Browns, if the Cavs miraculously pull off a trade to get Ben Simmons, Kevin Love is involved in that trade. I can just about bet you that neither Darius Garland, Colin Saxon, or Evan Mobley would be in that trade. I could possibly see it being a Okoro, Love, and a bunch of picks. I could see that. But I highly doubt that happens, and I ain't pushing for it either. But Okoro though, bro, if Okoro jumped to 20 points a game this year, bro, it's gonna get murderous for the East, bro, because Cavs gonna literally just be playing playoff spoiler the whole year. You know what I'm saying? Which I like that. As a growing team, if your breakout season could be playoff spoiler, you basically made it to the playoffs by playing hard and just getting in the way of some teams that should be playing. Man, that's evolution. You know what I'm saying? You get there by 30, 40 games, however you got to do it, man. That's evolution. You feel me? And that's something us Cavs fans want to see. We definitely want to see the turn the page, turn the corner. But man, give me your feedback. Let me know how you feel, how you like it, man. DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, InDaStreetzSportz. All right, and I'll get up with you later, man.